What's good, YouTube? And welcome to a quick sponsored shoutout. Zero Helix is once again asking for your help to make his Yu-Gi-Oh! Lego dreams a reality, and this time he's made a really cool Millennium puzzle base for the structure. He is limited on design to pre-existing Lego, so I think it's awesome he was able to construct this as is. Things like the Dark Magician will look better on final approval if you're like, I don't know about that one, but all he's asking you to do is log into your Lego account, and if you've already voted for this before, you have one, and come down and comment. Voting hasn't even begun yet. All he wants is people to comment their thoughts on this, things you'd like to see within Legos and Yu-Gi-Oh! Perhaps, or want him to do. I would love to see a golden sarcophagus kind of thing where you could put your Legos inside of it, especially Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed ones. I think why this fell through the first time, even though he got the votes, is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Was working with nano blocks on the side, and this came out. With the release already out there, I'm really hoping through the time it takes for the voting process and everything to come through, that this gets made, and even though it's sponsored for this segment, I will be a customer if this is made out of pocket. That being said, let's go ahead and get to the cards, starting with Crystron hype going absolutely crazy wild. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Crystron Quarion Gandrax is going for $30 consistently, and almost all the listings are right around there for near mint, and light plays are even selling for a good amount, like $28, and tons of $29, $30 sales and sales taxes on top of this. I can't believe it. Like, this has consistently done good in my Tournament of Madness, as I've said, when things get banned. So new support, bringing it to almost be one of the craziest decks. Like, I don't know. Is it real? Is it not? Let me know, because my Discord is saying, I don't know about the representation of the YCS, what this is actually going to do, but the money on the market is speaking that this is very real, because Sutff is also now going for 25, and someone even spent 35, but 25 consistent dollars. The lowest listing here is just 3 of them as a playset before it's a $40 card, and it's disappeared from the market. Oh man, I could not have called or imagined the hype being this much pretty much ever. Like, for this, I would have to clearly see something insanely broken with Halka-Fibrax 2 and just other things going real for this. And then Crystron Phoenix has begun a little double up from $3 to $6. This has happened before in history, and it even mixed in another deck at one point. But yeah, it's consistently selling for $6 at this point. So the amount of money that's being poured into these, very, very real. Let me know your thoughts on Crystron. Is this over hype for Crystron, or is it just like real? Will it be in the top cut at the YCS, and we're all just kind of resident sleeper on it for what was happening before and just calling it hype even today, because the money feels overhyped to me, but maybe, you know, we'll have to see results. Let me know your thoughts. Supreme Darkness here. I forgot to mention in the last video that Meowth was also spiking because we were covering so much, but it's actually settled right back at $55. Look at that little up and down there on the graph. Kind of funny to see. But yeah, right back down, 54, 55. So it's chilling for a Mole Charmy, as it were, at least a new one. A lot of people were using it as proof of, oh, see, it's going to lay into it, but here it comes back down. Now, this is not the most hype set, and you might note, for a brand new secret rare that's been out for a week, that's not the most listings in the world either. People aren't rushing to open the set. It could be easy to make things disappear, like commonly people do with the locked quarter century secret rare card, but right now it's nothing but down, which is what I thought would happen. Now, at some point, people might make a run on it, but it's under 90 by a good chunk, now 85, and going even further from there. I just don't see playability with it, more so modern collectibles, which a lot of people get a bit shaky on, but quarter century has been getting stronger. Mitsurugi chilling just a little bit, but not a lot. Primite Dragon Ether Barrel continues to really do well for itself. This card continues on the slow climb here from 25s into 30s, but when a set is relying this heavily on ultra rare pulls, it's not the best sign of strength. I got ahead of myself a little there. Now, one thing that is going up is the quarter century secret rare Argo Stars Glorious Adra. I keep getting ahead of myself. But seriously, this card is going up in price, yet the secret is just chilling. So if you want an easy access copy, it's well under $10. But the nice shiny quarter century secret rare, it is now continuing to go up past a lot of cards. And Abao AQ is staying right around 30 at the moment. I don't think the set has the brightest future. It just feels so much like it supports bits and pieces. It does have some successful cards, but I don't feel like it's going to do all that well for itself long term. Let me know what you think this is going to be doing, though. Speaking of cards doing very well for themselves, though, Primite Lordly Lode, which was so underestimated on launch. The blue eye structure has this going just rabid. $70 pretty consistently, and the sales are backing it. 65, 70s, all the $60 copies gone through the last few days. It just continues. People are even calling it Primite Watch in my Discord. It's blowing my mind how slept on this was at the beginning and how much traction it's gotten. For the rogue players who were on it before, I saw someone say, I got this for my red eyes deck, I'm doing good. You're doing really good. Speaking of anime cards, though, the Magician's Valkyria has a figure. This is not sponsored at all. I got to some of the cards, so let's talk about this. It actually broke the Kaiba Corp site last night, and it was down for a good 20 to 30 minutes before traffic was able to go through. I personally will be buying this, but I won't be buying it on Ami for once, because we got US distribution for it as well through the Good Smile US site. Now, this will charge you sales tax to your state as well as shipping. However, you would get charged international shipping here later anyways, and I'd like to point out that you don't get charged for this on Ami until the order's due, and they have it in hand, which is January 2026 right now. A whole year can change a lot with the yen. We are towards record highs versus the yen right now, and I won't pretend to be a financial advisor or economist. I don't know the future of the yen, where that's going to go in the next entire year. We've been doing great versus it the last couple of years and are at one of the record places versus it pretty much, but a whole year a lot can happen, and that's a lot of yen. So I went ahead and paid for US dollars version of this right now, and it was like $50 shipping and then some sales tax. It came out to like 220 something, I want to say, which you might think, oh, that's higher than 185, but again, international shipping will be charged to you on the end, and I feel like, personally, this is the safer route to order this figure if you're at all interested. Now, speaking of Yugi's cards, they are also going crazy, as you might have seen with the title. Gadget Trio, quarter century secret rare, lowest listings, $70. Luckily, there's an easy access ultra rare if you're just wanting to get this card. I hope this gets a secret rare in the 10s. That would look pretty sick and match the old school secret set of gadgets, or a super rare to go with the turbo. I could go either way with that, but this has been consistently coming back up. If you might recall, this did have buyouts earlier in the year where they were like $6, $7. People love this deck. It's all over low-rated Master Duel. Don't ask me how I know about low-rated Master Duel. I just do my dailies and log out. I don't grind it, go for rank right now. And then I do the festival half of the month, so then I don't end up going past gold. So I'm usually in silver and gold. That's how I know. But seriously, this, I would be thinking about getting it unless you're waiting until that reprint, and it's all hype from the new Dark Magician Girl card released for the archetype, and this archetype is so loved. Look at Shining Sarcophagus. We already covered this, but it is consistently going now for $25+. Tons of sales above that, even through the 30s, but listings have come back in from some vendors, top rated included, around 25 into the hype, so people are willing to sell into that. We're still a long way from a most likely reprint of this, but you never know with Stampede, and people take different bets on different amounts of cards. Speaking of, I wanted to show the graph on this specifically. High Speedroid Cork Shooter has absolutely climbed. $13, and you can see all the sales through 10s, etc. So it is actually getting its sales rates, but remember, this got announced, it had its hype, and then people slept on it. almost the exact same price before the spike, and you had all this time, and now you rush towards it just because of the support's here. We see this graph all too often. There's two ways it goes. This extra hype, people overspent, and it flatlines and doesn't come back because it wasn't good enough, or then this absolutely crazy spike when the support gets here. I feel like people don't have anyone to blame but themselves unless they missed the announcements of the support, but oh, it's actually here, better go and get it, versus if you just check back a couple weeks after that, hype of it being released, you could have got it 1/3 of what people are now spending. Similarly, the spike for Speedroid Terror Top was hilarious for different reasons. If you recall, this spiked on the announcement like crazy, and then the quarter century secret rare got revealed. So a lot of people mad overspent. I do understand returning players actually coming back for Ultimate Terror Top, so I feel for you a little, but that quarter century secret rare release was very hilarious, and this isn't doing too bad for itself considering the state of OTS ultis and how bad they're doing, and the fact you got an easy access quarter century secret rare. These are still above $40 and selling pretty well for themselves around, I want to say 45, but here's the good old glitch from TCG Player. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the conversation, and go comment on Zero Helix's project. I already did. I would love to see this get made into reality finally.